everyone. Welcome to Live, Love, Laugh, and Let Go Out Loud. Today is one of those special days, and I say that about all my shows, but when you hear this story, you're just going to see why it's special to me. This person, it has a big special place in my heart, and you'll find out why. I'm going to just do a little intro video with her, and then I'll have her with me. Elizabeth Valdez. Welcome to my show, Elizabeth Valdez.
Thank you. That was so sweet. I love that.
Oh, well, you have no idea yet. This is a very big, busy girl. She's just amazing person. I'm going to let her introduce herself really quick, and you're going to get to know her through the show. And then let's just let her introduce herself, and then let's do Lynn style here. So,
all right.
Go ahead, beautiful.
Hey everyone, I'm Elizabeth Valdez. I'm the owner and founder of Bloom. I am a mom and been married for 16 years. I have 2 kids. I love scuba diving, water, basically any tropical water sports at all. I live in Southwest Florida, so I get to do that whenever I want. It's amazing. And I guess one of my big goals in life is to buy a boat for my husband and surprise him with it. So that's a little bit about me. It's nice to meet you all.
Well, wait a second, a little surprise. That means he won't be able to watch my show. But I guess he doesn't know when you'll be able to surprise him with it, right? Is that the deal?
No, he knows I want to buy him a boat. He doesn't know when I'm going to give it to him, though.
Hi, hubby. I'm going to give him a shout out right now because I know he'll watch the show. You guys, thank you for tuning in. I'm going to wait a few minutes here to tell a little story about Elizabeth and why she means so much to me. But it's just like my show. What do I do next? Let's see. I think I'm going to do it now. Elizabeth is very special to me. We've known each other for about 3 years now or so. And I need to thank her so much because the graphic stuff I do know, we learned a lot of stuff in general, but she took time out to teach me stuff that really has stuck with me, and I really appreciate it. So she's basically she inspired me to do more graphics and stuff. And sometimes I take a little back to my graphics because I'm sure you get asked all the time, how did you do that? Where did you do that? And I hate to say it gets kind of annoying. So I don't show you all my styles, but I mean, eventually I'm probably going to do have a little lesson of what I use and whatnot. But she is a girl that you want to follow if you want to graphic stuff, because she's just amazing when it comes to graphic and content and everything about branding herself. I'm just so proud of her. I've seen her blossom and bloom, and I'm not surprised that that's the name of her company. So you'll have to check that out. I'm not plugging all that stuff in, but I got to tell you that you guys hear me randomly talk about me being on the stage and all that stuff. I went to a convention, and this is a little story I want to tell. I actually was going to Vegas, and I'm going to play this little video because I wanted to meet this girl so bad. Okay. And so I got really close to where she was in California. But look at this. I can't even make this up. So you got to watch this little video and listen to this first.
We finished the approach due to the low ceiling, so we're going to go to Ontario, get a little gas, refurbish, and then head back to Vegas. Appreciate your patience. We'll keep you an update.
Back to Las Vegas. And just give us a few minutes. We'll be ready to go back to Las Vegas from the ground. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so as I was heading to Vegas, Elizabeth, who lives in Florida, was in California. And here, I kid you not, the weather was crappy. We touched down in Vegas, and we took back up. And we took down, and you probably couldn't hear it in the video. You'll have to rewind it. But we were running out of runway because of the weather. So we had to touch back up and get gas. But they said, we're going to be in 30 minutes to Ontario. I'm from New York. I'm like thinking, Ontario, this is not a Learjet. We are not going to get to Ontario in 30 minutes. I didn't realize it was California. And I felt like, oh my gosh, because I believe in energy and just the way things are meant to be. And so here I'm like, she's in California. I Google mapped and I was like 110 miles away from this girl. I seriously wanted to get off this plane and go see her. And she's like, Lynn, I'm going to be so busy with seminars and things like that. And my heart was broken. But to know I got this close to seeing this girl was just something that I was like, oh God, you can't do this to me. I want to meet her so bad. I just want to hug her. And so I went about my business, got back to Vegas. It was a few days event. So I got there on a Thursday. So here's Friday. We're hanging out with my team and stuff like that. And then Saturday, I was on a little scooter. So I decided to get into play before I talk and get the scooter and park it. And long and behold, I look across and there was Elizabeth. Elizabeth showed up to the thing. I cried like a freaking baby. And people are like, Lynn, don't cry. You're going to have the ugly cry makeup. I'm like, I don't wear makeup. I don't care. I literally cried from so deep. I mean, it was just, she touched my heart and she surprised me. But what gets me is, again, thank you for your service. It's something that these military people must have a class on, how they just surprise people, because I hadn't ever been that surprised or seen anybody except for when my brothers would come back on leave. And so it just, I want to cry when I see it. And then I made this little video of when I got to see you.
Grab your friends, find your enemies and make amends, and we'll meet in the middle. Take the pride and set it aside. My hands will build you a shield, and we'll solve the riddle. And we'll remember these
times forevermore. That's what my show is about, Elizabeth. We have been so busy growing and doing our own thing, but you'll always be sown in my heart. And one thing about my show is I show people how much they love me, so that if one of us are gone, you don't have to ever wonder why or how much you mean in my heart. So this is about loving you and showing you love and appreciation. And I'm glad you haven't watched my show, because you really don't know what you're in for.
No, I don't. But I kind of do, because I know you.
Yeah, and that's the super, super cool thing about this, is that we trust each other enough to know to just jump in and do this stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and start asking you some questions here. Here we go. What meaning does living your best life have for you personally?
Living my best life. There are 5 things that would mean I was living my best life if I were to successfully accomplish these 5 things. So the number 1 thing on my list is to be in a daily love affair with my husband and Jesus. The number 2 thing is serving an audience for God. Number 3 is I'm on my way to becoming a motivational Christian speaker. Number 4 is blessing other entrepreneurs with my multi-million-dollar business. And number 5 is spending most of my free time or all of my free time on the water. So those 5 things is what would encompass living my best life.
You're on your way, girl. The fact that you're just an amazing person, and I've been trying to drill that out into your head for so many years now, and I'm excited that you finally have. And we've done this for each other. We finally have come through to the other side to realize that we are okay to be who we are and silly and goofy, and we don't need the perfection. The only way we're going to get perfected in anything we do is by consistently doing it. So here we are in our elements. I didn't know that I was going to be a podcaster. Look at me. I'm all twisted here and whatnot. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. So I'm super, super excited that you're here and that we're doing this. Okay. Next question is, what do you love in your life other than your family?
Do I have to pick just one?
No, but we got lots of questions, so you have a choice.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I would say, what do I love in my life other than my family? I love my business. I do love my business.
And that's a big part of you too. So
Mhm.
I got that. Okay, so what makes you laugh other than me?
Comment. I like off the cuff comments, not necessarily sarcasm, but kind of a little bit of an edge. My kids make me laugh. Pretty much I look for laughter, so I can laugh just about any
Okay,
time.
so I can't help but play this, but I'm gonna see if this makes you laugh.
I may not be TikTok famous, but I have never posted a video of me shaking my butt for likes.
And if the beat live, Lil Juke made it. Yada 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 yada.
I made her laugh. Job is done. Okay, we can wrap.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I hope you're sharing this with your page there, because it's an interactive show. People, hi Tracy, thanks for being here. People do chime in, so
People need to see, right?
yeah, people to see. That's right. So I'll give you a second to do that.
Yeah, I'm looking at my notifications right now, which I need to catch up on.
Or even even if you go to my wall and you share it. I don't know if it's on my wall though. I don't even know if I shared it. I'm starting not to put it on my personal wall because I don't want to filter it all. But I'll go to my page here real quick. See, we can do whatever we want here. Let's see, notifications. Here we go. We're taking a minute, everybody. So give us a moment here. We're making sure people know what we're doing here.
Yeah, they can all share it too. How about that?
What's up?
So they could all share it too. How about that?
That's right. Yeah, you guys go ahead and share this out. Let's see if I can share this based on Lynn. Here we go. Share it. Okay, share on my wall.
Did you tag me?
Actually, no.
I'm on your
share.
wall.
Oh shoot. I don't know what I'm doing, people. Let's see. I had
it up as you go along.
Well, let's see. Here we go. You guys, hold on a second.
Here it is. I found it.
Okay. Well, all right. I got lost in my own self too. Hey, we're doing a show. There we go. There we go. Where is it? There we go. There we go. I'm going to share again.
There we go. All right.
All right. Why does it say share only to me? Okay, I'll just share it. Okay, you guys. So I'm going to ask the next question here is, what things have you let go out loud? And if you want to share, this is very interesting. Here's a girl who served our military, who went in. If you want to share that story about you going in the military and what it was that you were escaping and why you felt the military going overseas in war zone was more pleasing than your own life.
Okay. So for those of you who don't know me, I was raised in a religious cult, and that is always, I'm always cringing a little when I say that, because I know that there's so much shock value in that statement, but I'm not saying it to be shocking. It is what it is. That's what it was for me growing up. And so that led to all kinds of crazy other stories, which we won't get into: foster care, boarding school, being adopted out, et cetera, et cetera. By the time I got to my 18th birthday, it was plain and clear to me that the only person who could change my life, or who was willing to support me in changing my life, was me. And so like my mother would not even drive me across town to apply for schools to go to college. So it was like, okay, what options do I have? And as scary as they are, what's the alternative going to look like? So I joined the Navy at 18. It was 6 months after 9/11, and went to school for welding for the Navy, learned how to be a welder. And they sent me out to an aircraft carrier in Washington State. And I went on 2 deployments, traveled to 13 different countries around the world, and got a whole new look on life as a result.
That's awesome. And I think what I think is, I'm very proud of you is that when I say let go out loud, to be vulnerable and to share that you were dealt with a cult and dealt with things, and you've come through it and realized that, look, the only change that's gonna happen is the change I do. And the fact that you can be vulnerable about that and share that publicly, I admire you, one, for serving our country, and for two, being unselfishly to, there's times, I can say this, that there's times that you didn't realize your value as much as I saw your value. And I'm just proud of you that now that you see your value, you're giving that value to other people. And it's humbled you to be the person that I know you've been all along. So I am one of your number one fans, as you know, and I love watching you grow. So I'm really proud to have you here so that I can let you know how much you mean to me.
Thanks.
So you're welcome. So what's the biggest factor that helped you be successful?
Probably my determination to never take no for an answer from myself. So my own brain often wants to tell me no. Like, it tried to tell me no this morning to get up, and go to the gym. It was like, oh, you worked out 2 days already. You're tired. Your knee hurts. Take today off. Go tomorrow. Go Friday. And I was like, no, I'm not taking that for an answer. Don't tell me no. I'm going. I'm doing it. And I think that has probably been like the number one thing for me. Like, okay, this didn't work. Great. Now what is going to work? We're going to find that. We're not going to just quit.
And that's the thing is, it's letting go of that ego and that spirit that wants to keep you down, and listening to that hardcore spirit that has your best interest, that told you you're not giving up. Mm-hmm. You're not giving up on your dreams. And we need to give more voice to that voice than to the one that's just sabotages you constantly. Mm-hmm. So I like that. So what are your successful habits?
I don't know if you've ever heard of this saying, eat the frog. Yep. But I get the most awful, in my opinion, the worst parts of my day out of the way first thing in the morning. So that the rest of the day I have to look forward to the things that I really do enjoy doing for my business, for my family. So what that looks like for me is getting up before everyone else in my household and doing an intensive boot camp style workout early in the morning, coming home, making breakfast for everyone, and spending time in my self-development, which I do enjoy doing self-development, but I also feel like, I really want to get to work. I have things to do. So making myself slow down enough to do my self-development before I get involved with the tasks for the day.
Girl, you served in the military. I don't think there's any rougher boot camp in life than that. So you have no excuse. But I'm saying you have no excuse to do it. I mean, it's like everything, I mean, I have bad knees and I can't run anymore, and I gained 100 pounds, but I know that you got to, like you said, take the little bites out of the front. Even you take a little bite out of an elephant. It doesn't matter what animal you're talking about. You can't eat it whole. You can't even eat a sandwich whole. No. So, I mean, it definitely is those little bite size. So what hard times in your life left you a better person? And we kind of touched on this, but maybe touch on it a couple other things that we didn't touch on already.
Okay. So one of the things that I would say definitely applies here is when my first year of marriage, I was still in the Navy, and they deployed me on an around the world cruise. So the first year of marriage total, I was gone 8.5 months for my new husband. And one of those stints was 6.5 month long period of time where I was on the ship going around the world. And so, here I am, I'm a newlywed, and all I want is to be with my new husband. And I'm literally on the other side of the world and can't see him, can't communicate with him except very occasionally and through emails. And we've been married 16 years now. And one of the things that I always come back to and that I realize is that no matter how bad it feels today, like if we're arguing or if things are falling apart or if we're having financial issues, no matter how hard it is today, tomorrow's a new day. And tomorrow can bring a whole new set of opportunities and challenges. And so not to get like bogged down in the moment of how I'm feeling. So I would say that.
JC's going to have to watch this. That's all to it. He's making brownie points here. What mistakes have you made along the way that you?
listening to the wrong influences, getting caught up in what I saw with my physical eyes instead of following what my heart was telling me to do. Those are probably the two biggest things. Those are the things that I kept coming back around to over and over again.
You know what I thought about is yesterday I started a new show, and it's called Real and Raw, with Brian Kelm. And we have the show where we just off the cuff talk. We're not trying to influence people one way or another, but we're giving them different outlooks on a viewpoint. And we talked about the difference between teacher and coach. And if you remember, we did that topic. And of course, I was like, oh, I'm going to get to speak to her. And that's what I love is, I'm coming within my own as far as prophecies and intuition and admitting all those things and being able to coach people or teach them. I don't want to teach them nothing. I realize I'm a coach now, not more a teacher, but we already knew that about me. And you're a teacher and a coach. That's what I love about you is you can be the cheerleader, you can be hardcore, but you have some lessons and a format that really, really helps entrepreneurs. So you guys need to check out my girl here. She's a one-stop shop for sure. So, okay. So if you had one piece of advice of someone starting out, what would it be? Find out who you are in branding, right?
Before that, there's actually a step before that. Because if you're not careful, you can actually brand yourself and then you're not actually authentic. So I would say, take the time to dream bigger and consider all of the possibilities, even the ones that you think are impossible, and try them all on. Give yourself time to try things out before you make a decision on this is what I am doing for sure.
Absolutely. That's a good one. So here we come up to this. What's your big, hairy, audacious goals?
For what, life this year?
Anything you want to spill your beans on Lynn's show.
Okay. So I already shared one of them is to buy a boat for my husband and surprise him with it. So that's one of my big, big goals.
She's talking about somebody else, not you.
So for my business, to have a 25K month by the time I hit July. And I would say also to successfully finish homeschooling my second grader this year.
There you go. All right. So what makes a person beautiful to you?
Their heart.
And that's what I got to say about you too. You've got a heart. You give so much. And like I said, you surprising me. And for those of you that come on later, you'll want to watch the beginning because this girl surprised me like in military style. I mean, she just came from nowhere. I was shocked. I couldn't even believe I was seeing her. So, oh man. So which of your personality traits has been the most useful?
Probably my confidence. Confidence is something that you can learn over time, but I was somehow endowed with an extra portion for most people, and that has been very useful.
Yeah, and that it's because sometimes we don't see our value and what it means to others. But when people can see what you already know about yourself, then you're like, okay, I can do this. I mean, you do need that scoop of whatever, and you do have a lot of fans. You really do. So, what's the most impressive thing you know how to do?
The most impressive thing?
Make faces. No.
I make pretty good faces. Most impressive. I don't know. I know how to play the piano.
That's okay. I didn't want you to feel like you were in a pickle, but I'm going to ask this question now.
Okay.
So have you ever gotten yourself in a pickle? What kind of pickle would you say you got yourself into? That you learned the most valuable lesson ever.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so what's immediately coming to mind is this is gonna make you laugh. Okay.
It's supposed to.
Yeah, I know.
A big thing in my show is the pickle question.
The laughs. Okay. All right. So when my husband and I lived in Virginia, I was still in the Navy. we had this Mexican restaurant that we would go to all the time. And just for those of you who don't know, my husband is Honduran, very dark-skinned Hispanic man. So we sometimes would like form relationships with people at Mexican restaurants because we were there all the time, and he would speak to them in Spanish and back and forth. So they got to know us. So I was there all the time, and I kept locking my keys in the car. And the first time that I did that, I did it at the Mexican restaurant. And I'm like, okay, be resourceful. What would I do? What should I do now? And I'm like, surely some of the guys in the kitchen know how to crack open my car and get my keys out. And so I went in there and I asked them for help. So that was probably, I mean, they kind of looked at me like, and then they came out and helped me. So it worked. I mean, you just never know.
Oh, well, the funny thing to me is, did you know how to speak Spanish to ask them, or they understood you?
They understood me. I mean, it was really like, I didn't know enough Spanish, but because they knew who I was and I'd been around enough and I could get the message across, and I was like, my keys are in my car. Please come help me get my keys out of my car.
Yeah, they would, considering that there could be a Spanish barrier there for you. And I do speak Spanish. So, but yeah, I could just see how, oh my goodness. That
I was like, I don't know what to do here. Let's just ask somebody for help that you think
right
to help you.
And you're not one that want to always ask for help. You want to figure things out. So that is a humbling experience.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Okay. So what would you say your personality trait has been most useful?
I mean, other than my confidence?
Yeah.
Probably my tenacity, because I don't give up even when I don't like the answer.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. All right. How about this one? What personality trait has gotten you in the most trouble?
I don't know if it's a personality trait. It's more of a physical attribute, and it would be my mouth has gotten me in the most trouble. There's been a lot of years there where, I'm like, man, why did I say that? That just really destroyed, that relationship, burned that bridge, offended someone.
Well, you live and learn, and you realize that, you've grown a lot. So I give you that. What's taken you the longest to get good or decent at?
Believing in myself.
I would agree. But you know what? You're still a lot younger than me. It took me a long time. I'm 55 and I'm finally getting there. So there's no expiration, and there is hope for everyone. That's all I got to say. As long as you got a breath in your
yep.
Now, I would say come and see me was spontaneous, but I don't know. But what's the most spontaneous thing you've ever done?
Oh, spontaneous. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I feel like I do spontaneous things all the time. Things that people would consider to be spontaneous. I mean, joining the Navy was spontaneous.
What about when you went to go drive to Texas to help Raquel?
Yeah, that was pretty spontaneous. Yeah, I drove out and just this past year, I drove out to Texas I live in Southwest Florida. So I drove 19 hours to go help a friend that I'd met one time in person, pack her 3,300 square foot house and her family of 7 to move them to Florida.
I hope they're doing well. I haven't talked to them in a while, so
they are doing well.
Yeah. Send my love. Okay, so what part of the day do you look forward to, and why?
I look forward to I don't know. I never really stopped to think about it. Like the whole day, I'm excited about whatever it is I'm doing next or now or did already.
Good. So. I'll let you get away with that question. What habit do you have now that you wish you started much earlier?
Going to the gym in the morning.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I've been sick the last couple of days. I got more color in my cheeks now, and I'm going to go check out a gym because I miss the rugrat of being a gym rugrat. That's for sure. Mm-hmm. So how do you organize your time?
I work hard at time blocking, especially as a homeschool mom, trying to run my own business, etc. I have to set aside chunks of time where I can work with my son and my daughter too, because she's in kindergarten, with their schooling, and then chunks of time where I can work in my business, because otherwise it's just like back and forth all day and I get nothing done. And so
just on a side note, are your kids, do they have a choice to go to school, or you just choose to teach them at home, or how's that going?
I want to teach them at home. There are varying factors of why I don't have them at school.
No, but I was just wondering, as far as what the area of the.
Oh yeah, there's tons of schools around.
Okay.
Yeah, I choose to keep them home.
Okay, not a problem. So, what's your favorite thing to do when you have free time?
Paddleboarding and scuba diving.
Nice. I actually got me a scuba mask, right? And when I got the scuba mask, I decided to go use my Apple Watch and go swim in the gym for an hour with the scuba mask on. You probably realized that was not a smart freaking thing to do.
No, it wasn't.
I was so freaking dizzy and sick. Like, I didn't realize that I wasn't getting oxygen the right way.
Yeah.
Like, oh, smack.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
They're not designed for working out. They're designed for.
Yeah, so here I am. But I thought it was cool because I didn't have to go side by side, but oh man, I was by myself. I was surprised I even got myself home, and I took a picture of myself and my eyes were like,
yeah, I bet.
that was not a good thing.
It's good you survived that experience, Lynn.
Yes, that was pretty scary. Let's see. Man, I can't believe I have some of these questions like duplicate here. What's your perfect day look like?
Wake up in the morning and have a beautiful breakfast. Head off down to the beach and get in the water. Spend the whole day snorkeling and scuba diving. Have dinner at a really nice seafood restaurant, maybe some champagne, a nice dessert, watch the sunset.
I can't wait till the next time I come down to Florida. I'll be hanging out with this chick. This will be so much fun. I can't wait. What's the funniest joke you know by heart?
So I don't know jokes because I don't remember anything like that, but I do have one because my son and my daughter, because they're 4 and 7, so they repeat things. And so now I have this stupid kids joke memorized. Okay. What do you call, I can't even believe I'm going to share this. What do you call a 3-humped camel?
What do you call a 3-hump camel?
Pregnant.
Hey, it's a joke that you know by heart. The kids say the darndest things.
I do.
Oh man. All right. So what's the best trip traveling wise you've ever had? And just give the viewers the little glimpse of the traveling.
That is such a hard question to ask someone who's been to so many places, Lynn.
I know. So you got a lot to pick from. So just pick one of many.
Okay. Best trip. I'm gonna say Australia. Australia is one of my favorites.
I want to go there sometime myself. So
yeah.
Okay, what's the best thing you've got going in your life at the moment?
I have balance right now in my life.
Nice. I love that. Okay, what makes you unique?
Everything about me.
I love that answer, and I'll agree with that. Okay, what's your favorite quote? I know you got lots of them. So give us a few.
A few. Oh gosh. Okay. I'll just give you my absolute favorite. It's the one that gets me fired up when I hear it. It's by Jim Rohn, and his quote is, set a goal to become a millionaire, not for the money, but for the person it will make of you to achieve it.
Oh, I love that. Love that. Jim Rohn, he's got some really good ones.
Yeah.
Okay. So what have you learned that you wish you learned sooner?
Patience.
And patience with yourself, because
Mhm.
You've been in the past very hard on yourself. So I'm really glad that you learned that. What kind of people do you most enjoy hanging out with?
People that are excited about where their lives are taking them, and people that make me laugh, and people that inspire me to do bigger things.
Yay! That means I'm one of your friends I want to still hang out with, right? Happy dance! Happy dance! Oh, I just love you. What tells you the most about a person?
My intuition.
Yeah, we need to use that a lot more, and we don't. Okay, so this is just a fairy tale, fun, goofy one. But if Genie granted you 3 wishes right now, what would you wish for?
More wisdom.
That comes with time, trust me.
Yeah, I know. More time. And just for fun, a $10,000 spending budget at Lilly Pulitzer.
All right, there you go. That was for fun. That was for fun. If you could step into my shoes, what would you have asked yourself that I didn't? I don't usually ask this question of people, but
That's a tough one.
okay. Well, then don't have to answer it.
Yeah, because I don't know what you didn't ask yourself. So then, I'm making
No, ask yourself, as in, what would you want me to ask you?
Oh, if you could step into my shoes, what would you?
As in me.
Right.
You're reading it, yeah.
Right.
That's okay.
I don't know.
Okay,
Sorry.
What's your favorite holiday?
None of them.
I don't think I'll get anybody else to say that answer. So ding ding ding, you win a prize.
I don't enjoy holidays. I don't. I don't.
Okay. So what's the first thing you notice about a person?
Their eye contact or lack thereof.
You right?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Oh, well, not political, but if you could be a fly on the wall, who would you want to listen in on?
Myself.
But okay.
Because I don't I don't go back and watch my videos, and I don't hear myself in the same light as when I'm speaking, right? So if I could be a fly on the wall, I would like to go back and listen to myself.
Well, then I guess you could be a fly on the wall because it's on video. You can go back.
I could, but yeah.
What's the best piece of advice that you have received?
Join the Navy.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. At this time of day, usually. So in other words, if one of your children said they wanted to serve the country, you would be like all for it.
Oh yeah, I'm already trying to encourage them to think about it. Yeah.
That's awesome. It does give kids structure. They get to be where they want to be. And I love that you didn't like holidays. It makes me feel better that I don't.
Hey,
I know too.
Out there. Yay, Tracy.
Tracy said good luck with schooling. Yeah, Tracy's one of my good friends too. So yeah, that's pretty funny. She gets bah humbuggish. Let's see. Okay, so this would be a good one. What books do you think that have been impactful in your life? And you have some right there, don't you?
Yeah, I got a whole bookshelf behind me.
You know what? Yeah.
Probably The Passion Test. This is the one I keep on my desk. And
yes, I've gone through half of it so far.
Yeah, it was valuable, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I should refresh it. I've got it highlighted to the max. I'm gonna start talking about some book recommendations on my show every day too. So, and what else?
You know what? Let me turn around and look at my library here. I would say this one for marriage. It's called Sacred Marriage by Gary Thomas. That one really opened my eyes to some things. And one more, Brian Tracy. This one, Focal Point.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Proven system to simplify your life, double your productivity, and achieve all your goals.
If I could find time to read that one. It's like, wait, I'm trying to focus over here. But
if you were going to read a book, that would be the one you could probably start with.
That's what I mean. It's like, wait, focus this, focus
Yeah.
that. I love books, and I'm gonna start incorporating my books here and sharing those. So I appreciate those. And just go through. Have you ever met a celebrity?
If I did, I don't remember.
Oh, they weren't
I guess,
impressed with it.
yes, technically I have. I've met Candace Olsen, the designer from HGTV.
There you go.
Her to be a celebrity. I've met her.
There you go. And you know me, so you're good.
Yeah,
There
right.
you go. That's right. And I'm your fan. So if you could start all over again, what would you do differently?
I would probably not get married as fast as I did because I was 20.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Okay. What's one thing you want to learn or wish that you were better at?
Spanish.
Yo te puedo ayudar con eso, si tú quieres.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, I said I can help you with that if you want. Let me see. Now, this is a good one. Can you recall a time in your life when you said, I would never do that you ended up doing?
Yeah.
Like Lynn Serrano, just kidding.
I said I would never marry a man shorter than me. And guess what? He's 2 inches shorter.
You know, yeah, I said a lot of nevers and I did every never you can imagine. So now I have learned never say never.
Never say never.
Yeah.
But
I will say this, I'll never be a billionaire. I'll never be a billionaire.
Yeah, every day.
Yeah.
I also said I would never move back to Ohio the first time we moved here to Florida, and I moved back 3 more times.
And then, yeah, so I mean, like, this is something I like people to realize that it's very, and I know you believe this, is very powerful what you say and believe.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, you keep saying it enough, even if it wasn't true, it's going to become true one way or another. So I'll never be a billionaire is what I'm going to start saying. I'm going to just have that pity party. I'll never be a billionaire. But, you know, it sounds trickery in the mind, but it truly is what you focus, you do get in life. And most people don't realize that whatever you do on this earth, it comes back to you. So just be as loving and light and giving and godly as you possibly can. And you'll be blessed with a lot of things in return. And I'm blessed with a relationship with you, Elizabeth, that we are both so busy. We don't ever get to talk. This is actually block time that we get to talk. And I'm excited that we able to make the time, because as we grow in our businesses, you know, passes don't go, but the relationships you have with somebody, we can pick up the phone and talk to each other and pick up right where we left off. And and that's such a blessing. And I'm very thankful for that. And let's see. Oh, you know what? I had this on yesterday's show, but I think you and I give it our spin from a year later. So what's the lessons you've learned from coaches and teachers in your life? Let's
There's a lot. There's a lot of lessons because I've had so many coaches and teachers. I've learned the lesson that I've most recently learned is that sales is leadership. And that is something that I had never thought of before. So it transformed the way that I did business when I realized that I have a solution, they have a problem, and if we're a good fit for one another, then doing sales is actually serving that person. So, so yeah, doing sales as leadership is probably my most recent.
And I love that, because basically what you're saying is, you know, you and I love to give to people and give value, and you're creative designing and teaching there and teaching about branding and all these different things. And yet sometimes we're like, shoot, we should get paid for this. We should value our time. And sometimes we don't realize that you need to make the sale to say, you know, you sold your gifts, your talents, and now you should be rewarded by monetary, because this is the career you wanted to use. So learning that for you, and I've been learning that for myself, is definitely something to realize, well, if I want to keep doing and having fun with podcasts, I guess I need to monetarily, get endorsed. I mean, I've had friends invest in me with my camera, my green screen, and things like that. So it's definitely, if you want to give and you want to receive, you got to do both. We can't just half do that. And I know that we both struggled with that in the past. So it's nice to understand and respect the billionaires out there and realize that there is a reason why you have to do that. And if not, you're going to be spinning your wheels, helping all these people, and you're not helping yourself or your family or bring something to the table to your family. So
yeah, from the flip side to that also, Lynn, is that people don't value your value
until you put a value,
until they put skin in the game.
That's right. Absolutely. And I'm realizing that too. So I'm just glad that you and I know how to barter and trade with each other. Because I couldn't afford the prices. No, just kidding.
Oh,
you are worth. No, I'm just kidding. You are worth every bit and then some, though, girl. And so I'm proudly endorse that and say that. And I thank you for spending this time with me here. You did very, very well on most of these questions. I'm just let's see. I'm going to take this off of here. Try to take this off of here. And I know that you've got other things to do here, and so do I. And I just really have loved to be able to spend this time and space with you. Let's see. Let's see. What else I want to do here? Let's see. I'm going to play this one.
Yay, the show is over. You survived. Congratulations. I hope you had a great time.
I did.
So what are your favorite books that you
already did that one? So there we go.
I want to thank you for being on my show. I hope you had a great time. I know I did. Thank you. Love you. And God bless.
Girl, you made this effortlessly, and just sitting here and getting to spend this time with you, with your beautiful smile and just your angelic ways. I am so proud to call you a friend. And you guys need to follow this Elizabeth Valdez. She is rocking the industry. She is a brand behind many brands that you will be seeing up and coming. And she and I, we would always be behind the scenes helping other people, but it's time for us to shine, be who we are, and help people along the way, and be proud that we did it and not hide no more. So with that said, you guys, I hope you got some value out of this. You're going to want to watch the beginning of the show where I talk about how she surprised me and how much she means to me. I want to thank you guys for all being here. And if you remember, I have another show here in about 10 minutes with Being Real and Raw with Brian Kelm. So I'm going to let this out with just a little video of Elizabeth and I, and Elizabeth, just stay right there. Don't leave me. Okay. Have a good one, guys.
Grab your friends, find your enemies and make amends, and we'll meet in the middle. Take the pride and set it aside. My